How are you, Ben?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm doing good. Sam, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Hello to everybody watching Glenn, Ben, Sam. That could be a movie.
Glenn, Ben, Sam.
Glenn, Ben, Sam.
It-
It rolls
like
off the tongue.
It's like keeping the faith. And we have rabbi swap cards.
Who gets to do the dreidel? That's a good movie. You may as well pluck that out. Yeah, have you seen Keeping the Faith?
No, not that I know of. It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
It's Ben Stiller, Edward Norton, and Jenna Elfman.
And Edward Norton directed it.
Yeah, and they're they grew up together. Where I think Ed Norton's a Catholic priest. No, not he's a Catholic.
Yeah.
Because he can't get married.
And the other one's a rabbi.
And Ben Stiller's a rabbi, and she's just their friend.
Yeah,
she's not of any particular faith.
I recognize the poster.
There you go.
The poster,
we always forget she's got the Googles.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always I remember. I don't remember names very well, but I remember posters.
I'm just going to turn you down a bit because that's fucking loud.
Oh, sorry.
It's the volume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But also, shut up. No. We're talking about keeping the faith. No.
Do you remember the classic scene in this movie was actually when they go in to buy a karaoke machine in that shop and they get little Asian salesmen and they go like, "Is this machine a good quality machine?" And he goes, "Yeah, if you're a cheap bastard." And then when he's breaking their balls and he just cuts back to his American accent. He goes, "Come on, guys, I'm just trying to make a sale."
So I don't remember that part. The part I remember is when because they're always I think his parents are always trying to set up or the whole synagogue are constantly trying to set up Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
And then Lisa Edelstein is one of the women that they set him up with, and she's like super proud of her fitness, and she's like, "I've got abs of steel. Like punch him in the stomach." That's right. And he's like, "I don't want to punch you in the stomach." She's like, "Punch him in the stomach." And she just keeps pushing him. Finally, he does, and she folds like a.
Goes down like a sack of spuds.
Yeah.
Oh man! And the other movie around that time was Three to Tango. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Matthew Perry and Nev Campbell.
And Oliver Platt and Bob Balaban.
Bob Balaban. That
McDermott.
movie.
It's not. It's Dylan McDermott.
Oh, Dylan McDermott. Who did I say? Dylan McDermott? Yes.
From
Hardware.
Yeah. It's always very easy to mix him up with Dermot Mulrooney.
Yes, it is.
But it's. I think it's
No, you're right. But
totally. The best part about that film is Oliver Platt when he talks about how he did his internship in Egypt, and he goes, "I had to live there for 3 years." You know what using a toilet in Egypt is like? my kidneys, my poor kidneys.
The thing I remember most from that movie is the tuna melt sandwich.
It makes him sick, but I couldn't have wanted to eat.
Here's the thing,
something more.
My mum and I were watching that together. I was taking a day off from uni, and Mum was home. She decided she'd join me on the couch and we just have a movie day, right? Which is unlike us. And watching this movie where they're eating tuna melt sandwiches and then they're spewing their guts up because they got food poisoning from it. And all my mum and I wanted was tuna melt sandwiches.
What is a tuna melt sandwich? Is it just like a tuna steak with cheese melted on top?
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like tin tuna with cheese, and you put it under the griller so the cheese goes through the tuna.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can put mayonnaise in there and
celery
as well.
I've made one myself because I can't remember where I even first heard about it, but tuna melt I've made a few times, and I've put it tastes really good. By the way,
the whole premise of this though was it's supposed to look disgusting because it made them sick, and that's all we fucking wanted.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm gonna have to go make one right now.
Yeah.
Have you got some tuna?
I do. Let's just do some Lucky Dip. That's what we're here for, everybody. Lucky Dip is what we do on a Thursday night. We pluck some movies out of a tub. Sam, you've got some as well. You may as well go first.
Yeah, sure.
It'd be amazing if you pulled out Keeping the Faith right now.
Yep. 3 to Tango.
Oh no, I dropped it.
I'll put a fart sound effect in there.
Yeah, classy.
Okay, that's me out.
Keep my wife's fart out of your mouth.
The Fog.
The Fog, yes.
The original
1980.
Yeah, what town is that movie set in?
What town is it set in?
What town?
This is a throwback to a few weeks ago.
I
didn't know.
It's Antonio Bay.
Yeah.
Antonio Bay.
We did trivia. We did trivia last month with Melzi, and they both gave me a lot of grief because my questions were had 6 parts to them, and one of them was name the towns associated with these, or name the horror movies associated with these towns.
Oh,
and
right.
One was Antonio Bay, which
the
is
answer
from
to
Fog.
all of them is Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah. It's Canada.
The,
they're all shot in Canada.
The Fog is, I reckon, my favourite John Carpenter horror film.
I love it too.
I would have said it was definitely up there, and then the one I'd held out and seen for the longest time was Prince of Darkness, and now that I've finally seen it, I'm like, that's pretty fucking awesome.
It is excellent.
I find The Fog is the comfort food of John Carpenter movies.
Yeah,
it doesn't, especially if it's a shitty day outside, and it's winter like it is now, and it gets dark early, and then you pop on The Fog, you get yourself some snacks and some fizzy drinks, and you just enjoy.
It's but it's so clever because it's such simple practical effects, right? Just get a couple of fog machines and have people walk out of the fog. That is all it is. Why they had to do a remake where it's computer generated is beyond me, because one, it would be cheaper to just have fog machines.
Yeah.
And more effective.
And it's one of the most atmospheric movies I think I've seen. And that, I don't know, I bought it in 4K. It was one of the first 4K Blu-rays that I bought, and I don't know, I just really loved it. But I thought that there was a lot of, not hate, just a lot of people didn't like it. But
it was a box office disaster for him off the back of Halloween.
Well, they all kind of, I think Halloween and Starman were really the only two hits that he had.
But people were expecting another Halloween. That was the problem, is he cemented his reputation before it even began.
I guess so, yeah. It's a lot slower. It's more
I enjoy it more than Halloween.
That's an interesting question, actually.
I enjoy it more as a I'd watch The Fog a lot more than I've watched Halloween.
Like I said, that's just, I don't know if they're equal par for me. I don't think one's better than the other. I think definitely The Fog is more atmospheric, and the production design is just.
I mean, Halloween is a better movie. It is. It's a bit. It's more thrilling.
Some would argue
the killer is cooler.
They say that Halloween's like the contemporary Psycho, in that it's the structure and it's practically seamless in its the way it's put together.
Yeah,
and it's got so there's a Psycho.
And they all the killings take place in a shower. Very similar.
Yeah, they douse.
That's the Fog. Yeah.
It connects. Halloween connects more to the youth, right? Whereas The Fog it's not really. It's a town, a small town. So maybe that's where it differs, because it's what you can relate to, right?
And I do love maritime stories, all those maritimers. I love anything that's coastal or in harbours and things like that. That for some reason appeals to me.
Well, that's what I really love about it, which has nothing to do with the film really. Is I love Adrienne Barbeau, as the radio DJ in the lighthouse, but it's a small community, and she knows everyone, kind of thing, and just
premise, and you go with it though.
Yeah, no, but it's so cool. It was it's like Grosse Point Blank.
Yeah.
You're I just wish, I don't know any, you're living in the city, I don't know any of the radio DJs. They're all shitheads.
That's right.
There's none of that kind of community feel.
Well, it's also funny, back in those days, each little community had their own station. It was something. It's when you drive out rural in Victoria and you see the signs on the road saying tune into this frequency for the local news and stuff. It's there's a station out here?
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 comes to mind.
Yeah.
Stretch on the air right now.
Yeah.
Want to go?
All right.
No. Do you want to
go? Sure. I'll get my coat. Oh, I'm wearing it.
What is it?
Ooh.
What have we got there? Van Helsing. She can't see that.
Yeah, I can't see.
How about if I cover it with my finger like this? Does that make it any easier?
Van Helsing. Here's a movie
Van Helsing.
I think is underrated I don't love the film by any means, but I think it's better than what the perception is.
Instantly forgettable is what I call Van Helsing. Not that it's bad. Not that it's bad, not that it's good. It's just, it was like a big budget Hollywood movie when it came out. It did, from memory, pretty well at the box office. And
fizzled.
Yeah, great on new release. I don't know if anyone ever rented it on weeklies.
As a movie, it wasn't a bad movie. And I think it was their first attempt to open up that dark universe. Because they introduced so many monsters from the old Universal monster days. And just, it's a shame. Kate Beckinsale, Hugh Jackman, and Richard Roxburgh as Dracula.
Richard Roxburgh, that's right.
That's his portrayal of Dracula was probably the biggest letdown in the film. Like, it was a really tacky way of doing it, very overly caricatured.
As opposed to Gary Oldman's nuanced performance in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula.
No, but if they're recreating the Universal monsters, why not have him look like the Dracula from the Bela Lugosi years?
Like, Christopher Lee would have actually been the right age. Like, it would have been perfect to play Dracula in that.
Yeah.
Like, why don't they just get Christopher Lee?
But I like the is it Stephen Sommers, I think, directed this one. I like the atmosphere and the tone of it because it does recreate some of those great Frankenstein moments with like the lynch mob going up, to the mill, and I think it's really well made. It's just
in this case, the lynch mob were just fans of David Lynch who hated the Hollywood blockbusters.
It was the tiki torches.
They're just looking for ears on the lawn.
I mean, I would have gone and seen a sequel if they'd expanded that.
Oh yeah, at the time I would.
Like a Disney, when Disney did like Timon and Pumbaa or Lion King 2 and their direct-to-video sequels, like this is just like a little animated one with the group, but it's, or like, when Gilligan's Island met the Harlem Globetrotters, they should have done Van Helsing meets the Groovy Ghoulies.
Well, we do have the new Nicolas Cage take on Dracula coming soon. Maybe they can. There's still hope yet, mate.
Renfield.
Because Van Helsing got turned into a TV show too, didn't it? Like, not the movie, but the character.
The daughter of, was it the daughter of Van Helsing or no, that was different, wasn't it?
Yeah, no.
I can't remember. Yeah.
That's right.
She's just like a descendant.
Oh, a descendant. Yeah.
Oh, I love this film. Of course, I put it in there.
You don't love every film you put in there.
Men at Work. No, it's true. I don't love every movie I put in there. I just randomly chose titles and put them in there.
Yeah.
Great Australian Band. I'm surprised that's in there.
Men at Work. This is awesome, this movie. This was directed by Emilio Estevez, starring Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen as two garbage men that stumble across a murder, and it becomes a Rear Window story. Like, where they stake out from a window with a fucking camera or telescope or whatever.
They're constantly covering up murders and bodies. It's weird. The cops are onto them.
I as a kid, because like this is funny, but when I was young, like really young, I was in like maybe prep grade 1, grade 2. All I ever wanted to be in life was a garbage man.
It looked pretty cool
because you hang on the back of trucks, and to me that was the fucking coolest thing on earth. And when this movie came along, the poster, the video cover, and the trailer was all about them hanging onto the back of a truck.
But they'd finish work, then they'd go surfing. Yeah. And they had like all the cool like golf clap. Yeah. Like, that's where all of that stuff like that.
The golf clap.
That went around primary school like
not only did they have the golf clap, they had the big Garbo gloves when they did it.
Yeah.
So it made a different sound. And that I remember putting my dad's garden gloves on and doing the golf clap. Yeah.
You went all out with the cosplay.
I certainly did. I was cosplaying from an early age. Had the fucking bandana on my head, doing the fucking golf clap.
Yeah.
I think it was the first, maybe second film Emilio Estevez had directed, and that was exciting to me too, that Billy the Kid was directing movies.
The stupid jock from Breakfast Club.
Yeah, totally.
I didn't realize he directed so early.
Yeah. I like him as a director. He's pretty good. I really like The Way, the movie he did with his dad.
Yeah.
All about that trail in Spain. What's that called? I can't remember. Not El Camino, but a trail that he walks on in honor of his father. It's a good film.
Did he do About Last Night? Was that his one?
Don't know.
Is
maybe
it About Last Night?
He did the movie
Late Night or Last Night? Or
have a look. He did Bobby, which was a really good one.
Rated X was one of his.
Rated X, he did. That was back when he was like bound to those video days. Like he couldn't really get theatrical.
Yeah.
And recently he did the one with the hostage situation in the school library. I think it's called The Public or something like that.
The Public,
that was pretty good too. And he gets naked in that one.
So he's in it as well.
Yeah, he plays the librarian that's sort of running the library that gets taken hostage and has to do humiliating things, as part of the demands. And getting naked is one of them.
Get your junk out.
Yeah.
No, so he wasn't. He only acted in the one I was thinking of.
Fair enough.
Where was that? 2006. That's too late.
Go for another one, Sam. Garbo is another good one. Remember the Aussie movie Garbo?
Late last night. Yes, with Gary McDonald.
Yeah. Had a similar cover, I think.
Yeah. Not as cool, though.
No. Aussie Garbos are not quite as cool as American Garbos. In the movie Badlands, Martin Sheen, here's another connection, plays a Garbo at the start. And I couldn't believe them hanging on the back of this truck and they're sifting through the garbage looking for cool stuff to keep and stuff. But the way they would just throw the garbage bins back,
I'm
like, you can sit that back up, thank you very much. Like, fucking toss that garbage bin.
Just zero.
The fucking machines on the trucks now do a better job.
I can't see that. What is it? What is it?
Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Snowpiercer.
Yeah,
not a fan.
Nah.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Interesting. Why?
I'm a big racist. No. I just thought I
thought it was stupid.
Yeah. I didn't buy the premise of the
I'm
train. The unstoppable train.
This whole
I'm interested.
society living on a train, and I understand that there was a whole allegory for class, the class.
Yeah,
there's
a bit of a ham-fisted one.
Yeah, it was so smack you in the face with its themes and unbelievable.
Yeah, it was, and it was like Soylent Green. You're like,
I do love the comparisons
the food
people
is
make.
people.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I do love
the food is
the fact
bugs.
that so many people try to call it like a connection to Willy Wonka. You can watch some breakdowns where they compare Willy Wonka with Snowpiercer, and there's so many connections going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but everybody go look it up on YouTube.
If they would have had everlasting gobstoppers on Snowpiercer, they wouldn't have had to eat the people.
What about the snozberries?
They do taste like snozberries.
Yeah, the R-rated thing about the snozberries, right? Because he's written about snozberries in his adult fiction, and they're X-rated. So that was getting that joke into Willy Wonka. Was snozberries like testicles or something like that? Yeah,
like a spicy lammy balls in.
The snozberries taste like snozberries, and they're all sitting there going.
That's weird.
Yeah, or it might have been something more like putrid arse dangles or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all had those.
You dag. All right. Who goes next? You or me?
Me.
Yeah.
And this one, I've chosen a very small one. It is...
It.
Even better. The Gift.
The Gift.
The Gift.
Sam Raimi.
What's that?
Katie Holmes' boobies.
Oh. I don't know.
Living up to your Benjamin Booby reputation, mate. Yeah, The Gift. It's Kate Blanchett is in it as well.
Oh.
Greg Kinnear and
Tobey Maguire. Is Tobey Maguire in it? No, he's Spider-Man.
He was in other things, but I don't know if it was in this one.
No, who was
Keanu
Reeves. Keanu Reeves, yeah. But
she's like a clairvoyant.
In many ways, a lot of people were excited about Sam Raimi stepping back into some horror, but it's not classic Sam Raimi horror.
No, Drag Me to Hell is more.
Yeah.
You know how many
good,
movies are called The Gift? Seriously, how did they get away with this?
I did buy the imprint Blu-ray of The Gift.
Oh yeah.
Because I wanted Katie Holmes' titties in HD.
He forgets that this video is not going to be cut. And I can tell how sleepy he is and he doesn't know what he's saying. It's time to put Ben to bed.
Dad needs a nap. Dad's been working all day.
It's a horror film, yeah? It's still a horror film.
Yeah, it's a supernatural.
It says drama, fantasy,
horror.
horror.
There you go.
Drama, fantasy.
It's atmospheric. Put it that way.
It's not legend.
I do love it when Sam Raimi returns to some sort of modest, low budget. When I say low budget, in comparison to what other stuff he makes, it's good. Drag Me to Hell, as Ben said, is a great one. Simple Plan was good.
Plan.
Yeah, I think I'd love to see him return to some smaller stuff more often. Although he did direct quite a lot of the episodes of Ash vs Evil Dead, and I enjoyed that immensely.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a good series. I love it. I could watch that again now.
I haven't actually
I haven't
seen
got time.
that.
We've only got a few minutes left, so
We can't watch the whole series on the show live.
we can do commentary. All right, my turn. Last one.
Okay.
Well, we're getting towards the dregs, mate.
Yeah.
Have to add some more.
Have to top up.
Well, this is a long one compared to your short one. Oh, no, it's short, but it's a long piece of paper. Carlitos Way.
Oh.
Carlitos Way.
I don't really have much to say about that one.
Ooh, what's that bad smell in the trunk? That's Sasso. No, wait, that's Ron.
Is that
Al Pacino.
Louis Guzman that you're imitating?
No, that's. I was doing Al Pacino when he's talking about the guy who runs his club, Sasso.
Carlitos...
No, my name's not Sasso anymore. It's Ron.
Carlitos Way is the one where he's trying to get out of the game, right?
Yeah, he's been in prison
He's
for
wearing the leather jacket.
20 years or whatever it is.
I like this one.
It's a great movie.
Brian De Palma.
Yep. Penelope Ann Miller's boobies.
Yeah,
Feature in
it kind of it didn't really
And it was
gain any traction at the time.
No, it was a return for her because I think she'd been in movie jail
Yeah.
because she pissed off some guy at Premiere Magazine who would just savage any movie she was in.
Oh,
I mean, she stepped right back into movie jail, didn't she? After
After that, yeah, pretty much.
it's good though.
But,
Like it's
very early John Leguizamo.
yeah, it's a mobster movie pretty much. It's I mean, it's parallels to Godfather 3 are quite strong in that he plays a character wanting to get out of the crime world, and they drag him back in.
It's got a great when he first gets out of prison and his nephew takes him to a drug deal and it all goes wrong. It's great. It's a great scene.
I wonder if I'm confusing it for another movie, but I want to think it's this one. I like Brian De Palma when he does chase sequences, and I think this has a subway chase sequence.
Yeah,
similar to
kinda,
yeah, where he's going up the stairs and down the stairs, and they're crossing wires, and
yeah,
I love that stuff. And Carlitos Way does it really well. There was a Carlitos Way prequel.
Yes, there was.
With Sean Puffy Combs.
Yeah,
and Louis Guzman.
Oh.
Yeah,
did both.
And what's it? Oh, Sean Penn is the kind of standout as the sleazy lawyer in this.
Oh, he's got the fuzzy hair.
He's got the fuzzy hair. He's like very unattractive.
Yes, but he gets roped into their world, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he's the
he's the criminal.
Yeah, like
he's the Saul.
Prior to it, when he's just like Carlito's lawyer.
Yep.
And he's supposed to be like Tom Hagen. He's not really involved in the criminal side of things.
Yeah.
But in the years that Carlito's been away, things have changed.
That's right. It's all coming back to now. They host a party at the beach house or whatever, and all shit goes to hell there. And yeah, because he plays like a Saul Goodman type of character, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to revisit that. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Like, I've kind of I've turned off Sean Penn, but those sort of characters are the ones I'd go back for.
And it has a fantastic soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And I'm going to watch part 2.
Part 2, yeah. I think it is part 2, Carlito's Way 2, but even though it's a prequel.
Yeah, Carlitos. It's a subtitled film. It's Carlitos Way something, like the beginning or something like that.
Because Carlito's Way begins with him getting out. I think it's how he gets to prison in the first place, or what he does when he makes his bones on the street. Because it's almost Scarface Part 2. If he hadn't died.
Okay.
If he hadn't have died, if he had gone to prison instead and then come back an adult, grown up.
Well, there we go. Some interesting films, ones I haven't seen for a long time.
Yeah.
I say I'm going to go back and watch them all, but I haven't got time.
You went so busy. So busy getting drunk and messing up shows.
Yeah. All right. We'll let you all work that out for yourself. Sam, it's been fun. We're going to hopefully see you next week.
Yep. Definitely.
Wonderful. Ben, will we see you next week?
Probably not after my cracks about you being drunk and messing up shows.
and the whole
it's my last show.
Race and stuff.
And the races might be cancelled.
Yeah.
But I think I'll be saved by Katie Holmes' titties.
Yeah, that's right. Redemption.
Because nothing impresses a crowd willing to cancel you more than blatant sexism. They love it.
Any more isms you want to?
That's what I found. The internet loves a sexist.
I know, that's why I got Sam on the show.
You're
a rampant
sexist. Yeah, that's the role I play. I just balance out the the.
No, I think we are.
You play all sweet and nice when the camera's rolling, but once we stop that recording, it's tits this and dick that.
Yeah.
Fucking snozzberries.
Snozzberries, potty mouth.
It's all a masquerade.
Yeah.
Yeah.